All right, hello. This is Flark coming again with another battle video here. So I am in the Cliffhanger Tournament for one of my older remote lobbies, and so I'm just looking to record this match, give my opponent some feedback, or just I don't know. That was the request there. It's yes, man, but in the game it's L Happy, so I don't really know exactly what their name is, but they're cool, and yeah. So I just want to get some thoughts out there, and see what we can do with this. So just looking at the team now and trying to figure out what I would like to do with it. Deoxys does not really look painful in any sort of way, right? I mean, nothing really says the Deoxys is going to get crushed. The Drifblim, probably. So, what is the way we defend the Drifblim? Or defend against Drifblim? Well, it's mostly Ghost, and I think it has Icy Wind. So, and it resists the crap out of fighting. I think what initially jumps out to me is Blastoise, just because Blastoise can just Hydro Cannon the crap out of pretty much everything, and doesn't really take super effective except for the Victory Bell, and maybe the Lantern is kind of a problem. I would have to Skull Bash the Lantern. I'm not sure who wins that matchup. It's probably close. The Tropius might be able to take out the Drifblim, and the Tropius is just better against Victory Bell and Lantern. Yeah, it's a little tricky. I don't necessarily know what to do about Drifblim. It might just be like a Magneton. I mean, Magneton is going to crush it. It's going to crush Clefable. It's going to probably die to Victory Bell. I don't know. It doesn't look great, but I'll try it. So I think I'm just going to double up versus that. So I'm just going to do a Deoxys, a Magneton, and a Tropius. And I think that should work out. So, yeah, go jump over to the game here. So Deoxys, Magneton, Tropius. The only question I have is, what do I think they're going to lead with? So, who's their, they're probably going to bring Medicham. It's good against quite a well, I don't know. It's good against some of mine. Bastiodon for sure. Medicham tends to not be a safe switch. I would honestly say Drifblim is like kind of a safe switch. I don't really know. I don't really know what they're going to run. I don't really have a prediction here. So I'm just going to use Deoxys as a safe switch. So just going to lead Tropius. It seems to work. So yeah, locking in. Good luck. Have fun for my opponent. And we'll see where this gets us. All right, awesome. The match didn't expire for me taking way too long. Okay, so I mean, I genuinely don't know how this goes. I know Ice Punch hurts. I also know Leaf Blade hurts. I think I'm just going to take whatever the first one is. Because I'm just resisting it like so much, so whatever. And then I can block the next Ice Punches. Medicham is going to get to Ice Punch before I get to Leaf Blade, but it's close, right? It's not like astronomically fast or anything. I'm fine just throwing a shield here. That's fine. I should be able to get to... Oh, nice. That was another power-up punch. That's crazy. What I think I'm going to do is try to swap in Deoxys on the Ice Punch here. So I think it's going to be like one Air Slash and then throw in Deoxys. One Air Slash. Ha! Nice. Okay, that was all a huge guess, but I've been kind of roughly counting Medicham's moves, roughly keeping track of that. And like we said before, we think that Deoxys was a safe switch. See, right now, I'm scared of ghost moves, right? Like, ghost moves suck. Yeah, I'm a psychic type. Ghost moves suck. Yes, that's true, but rock moves also suck for a flyer. So it's probably going to be like an ominous wind or something. I can honestly just die and come in with... Let's go with like Magneton or something. Yeah, Magneton seems fine. Cool. Alrighty. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I don't know if that was wrong to fire off there. What I maybe should have done is farm up to 100 energy, then go ahead and kill off the Drifblim. I would have had to shield a move. I just don't want the Medicham to come in and just power up punch the hell out of me. Like that's kind of a bummer. So I'm gonna throw the Tropius in and then just spam Leaf Blade, and then I think I'm more happy with that, right? Because then my Magneton doesn't get like pummeled down. Because that's kind of the only way I lose this is if I just die to fast moves. Oh, okay, that's a big boy. Okay, I guess I don't know why I didn't see Bastiodon coming, but there he is. So the issue is I die to fast moves. I die to Smackdown. And then Magneton needs to get a billion Magnet Bombs off. So I have to shield. I feel like there's some extra energy on this Bastiodon. I don't think that's the end of it. I'm going to attack once and then throw a Magnet Bomb. That's just to get an extra Thunder Shock in. The way the 2-move versus 3-move timing, that's kind of how it... What? That was weird. Yeah, I lose. So I need an extra Bastiodon counter. I think that was just the problem there. I felt like Magneton could do okay to Bastiodon. Did you see when I was doing that charge move? It didn't look like I got to do like 2 slashes and then it was like, good job, you did 2 slashes, and there's supposed to be like 6. So I don't know what that was about. I don't really care to dispute it or something. This is an unranked tournament in the Go Stadium lobby, so we're good. Deoxys was definitely strong there, though, as we could see. So we're gonna take that. And run with it. Let's see. Let's go back over to the teams real quick and see. So it was a Drifblim, a Bastiodon, and a Medicham. It's kind of what I was feeling, right? I was feeling like Drifblim seems kind of strong against my team. Medicham seems kind of strong in general, and then Bastiodon is pretty stupid. So, Fortress. I don't know off the top of my head if Fortress deals with Bastiodon. I feel like it does. With the Earthquake, it just seems reasonably likely. Is there anything that they can switch to that like hard counters Fortress? I don't think so. Probably Drifblim. It just totally stops all the bug damage. I think it's double resisted. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Blastoise. So the Tropius was cute, or the Magneton I think was cute. I'm just not gonna bring it. So I'm just gonna start with Blastoise. Keep the safe switch with Deoxys. That way I have Blastoise in the back to nuke the Bastiodon down. And then we'll just take the Tropius, because Tropius is badass. So here we go. If this is Medicham lead, I have no idea if Blastoise beats him, but I assume it does. Okay, well, this is a pretty obvious clear cut on who wins this one. So I'm waiting for a switch. I'm expecting like maybe a Lantern or something. Okay, Medicham. So I could have went Tropius there to I could have went Tropius there in order to Leaf Blade him down, right? Like it looked pretty good last time. Seemed like it was working out. The thing is, Deoxys has counter. And counter is bad against some Pokemon and good against others. It's good against Bastiodon, but I already have a Blastoise for Bastiodon. So in my head, my mental map is like, okay, let's keep the Blastoise for the Bastiodon. And then let's spend one of the Bastiodon counters, which is Defense Deoxys, on Medicham instead. Okay, that's good we didn't die. I don't entirely know if I went on the next shield. Okay, so I went in a 0 shield. So there we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is yummy. Get a lot of damage in on the Bastion. Okay, so Tropius has to beat whatever is third. I think it can. I think Tropius can beat whatever's third with a couple of shields. Tropius is pretty broken. I can't think off the top of my head what the Pokemon would be here. Clefable. Yeah, so in this case, Blastoise and Tropius both aren't like the best thing against Clefable, right? They're both like, I don't know, they're both kind of middling, right? Like they might win, they might not. I have a shield advantage here, so they probably my Tropius will probably win because it's just bulky and kind of broken. But like the question that I have to ask myself is, ooh, hopefully I didn't queue up that Leaf Blade. I did, didn't I? Dang it. All right, I probably should have let myself get farmed down a little bit more so that I have less health for the Bastiodon to farm. That's kind of a problem. Yep. Okay, I'll at least do an under tap there, so that's good. Get another Leaf Blade off. It helps, I believe. Now, Tropius is going to die. Man, Bastiodon is a problem against my team. Holy hell. Okay. Get this water gun off. It gets shielded. Or Hydro Cannon off. It gets shielded. So, I just need to get to the next Hydro Cannon and I win. The issue is, there's a lot of energy on that Bastiodon. If it's Stone Edge, I think I die. If it's Flamethrower, I don't know why it would be Flamethrower, I guess. Okay, so we are farming. Wow, okay. I mean, yeah, I guess. Oh, okay, I'll just survive with 1 HP. That's fine. So what I was trying to do there, I was trying to practice... I don't even know if I can articulate this concept. So, because I could have won if I just spammed Hydro Cannon, like just clicking on it, but I wasn't. What I was trying to do is tap up to Hydro Cannon and then deliberately not update the game towards the end because I knew it was going to be really close. So I was trying to stop hitting one-turn moves, which would, the Bastiodon would keep doing smackdowns, right? So on the final smackdown needed to get the Stone Edge, I stopped tapping. So instead of going water gun, basically on turn 1, the smackdown happens. Turn 2, the smackdown happens. And then turn 3, the energy updates. The damage from smackdown updates. And then you can go ahead and Stone Edge. So on turn 1, you water gun. Turn 2, you water gun. And on turn 3, you don't actually push any buttons at all. If you were perfect at this. And then Bastiodon still doesn't have a smackdown ready because you never water gunned on turn 3. You never updated the energy. So Bastiodon has to go into another smackdown. And then I can go water gun, like Hydro Cannon. So that's 4 water guns before Hydro Cannon. Or it's basically 4 water guns instead of 3, I believe, or instead of 2. I don't know the math exactly, but you get more. You get more attacks because you're forcing your opponent to like update their energy late. It's ridiculously hard. I still haven't really practiced it. It's a concept. It's like a theory I have, and I should probably just do a full video on it, to be honest, because it's pretty nuanced. But the thing about it is, yeah, I don't know. I was comfortable losing that because it's not ranked and it's fine. I don't know. I take risks. I'm a risk taker. It's fine. So, that was kind of my all-star lineup. What can my opponent do to shut that core down? The Clefable was weird, right? That was a response to Magneton. The Medicham and Bastiodon seem to be something they're always going to bring. Now, Blastoise didn't even feel bad against Clefable. So, I'm kind of okay just running the same dudes again. The only question I have to ask myself is, does Fortress beat Bastiodon? I literally don't know, and I'm not going to open a sim. I assume the Flamethrower just melts him. And, yeah, I assume he's double weak to fire. Like, why wouldn't he just straight up die to a Flamethrower? So, yeah, you can get to Earthquakes, and you can kill Bastiodon with Earthquakes, but I would think the Flamethrower he gets to faster. It's probably really close. I don't know. It seems super iffy. Like, swapping into those, I just kind of want actual wins, not kind of wins. So, the only liability here, I think, is Tropius. And so far, it seems good against Medicham. Clefable just seems like I should not bring it. I don't know. If I go against the Victory Bell or the Bastiodon, it just feels bad. And I don't entirely need it for Medicham. That's the thing. I could go Clefable. I could go Clefable with the Blastoise and the Deoxys in the back. I guess. Yeah, why not? Because ideally, if my opponent's going in to hard counter the Deoxys and the Blastoise, most of those picks Clefable is okay fighting. Clefable is not okay fighting like Victory Bell and stuff and Bastiodon. So yeah, I guess this is just a Clefable team with backup from those two. Unless I want to consider doing another team. No, this seems fine. So we'll see. If they start Victory Bell or something, it feels pretty bad. If they start Bastiodon, probably feels pretty bad. So we'll see. This is just kind of like me trying things out and seeing if it works. I think Tropius is just honestly better. But, yeah, we'll just go Blastoise. It's just a little bit stronger of a counter. And if they didn't bring a Victory Bell, then I'm kind of okay with it. Oh, wow. I almost had the Hydro Cannon off. Okay, this is good. So, there is the opportunity there for a Skull Bash. Just to kind of like, get that one bump in defense. And does a lot of damage if it's unshielded. The thing is, I'm pretty sure you just shield the heck out of Medicham, right? See, what's great is my opponent probably doesn't realize that I have two of these Hydro Cannons. That might have been a time to go for another Skull Bash. Or Skull Bash, I guess. Okay. So, that's so good. So, I feel like that was a mistake there from the opponent, throwing that Power Up Punch. That's 35 energy you could keep to fight one of these other ones. So, what I could do at this point is clear the Medicham with Clefable, and then just double shield Deoxys, and like, we good. So let's just wipe this guy out. Okay. I definitely think the opponent should be switching out and trying to hide Medicham for like worst case scenario, like try and hide him in the back. Like, hey, I'm gonna tuck Medicham away somewhere, and hopefully he can match up against Deoxys. Maybe do a little bit better there. Maybe don't get shredded down as much. This Meteor Mash is actually something that the opponent cannot mess around with. Let's hope I get an actual full Steel minigame. Oh wow, look, the whole thing is happening. Okay, that was decent damage. I'm just gonna switch. Oh, I thought I was gonna switch and save Clefable, but I was a little slow on the switch. Okay, this Bastiodon has a ton of energy. I don't know what their third Pokemon is. But if it's Ghost, right? If it's Ghost moves, then that's not good. I'm going to feint it down with counters because I can just throw whatever move I have at the next one. Like, Deoxys charge moves are pretty, like, neutral, and then counter can get, his fast attack can get countered by a Drifblim, see? So, what I didn't want to do there is throw energy at Bastiodon, because I need the energy for Drifblim. And Bastiodon is double weak to fighting, so I'm cool just kind of punching him and shit. So basically feint one with fast moves, because it's super good against them, and then feint the other one with energy, because it's super good against them. Oh, okay. Didn't notice the Bastiodon was still alive. Okay, cool. Well, that was, I believe that was 2 out of 3, so GG's. We can keep going. I'll just switch over to the chat real quick. Okay, and then my opponent wanted to do like a few more afterwards, so we can do that. Okay, cool. So we get time for a few more games. Yeah, this is really cool. I definitely feel like there's a hole in my opponent's team. I can't really tell you what it is exactly, other than Deoxys. I mean, Deoxys just feels really good against the whole team. The problem is, like, you cannot get cocky if you have a Pokemon that's really strong, like against most of theirs, right? Like can I be happy that Deoxys is really good against a large portion of their team? Yes. But can I solely depend on Deoxys to carry me? Well, in that game, it got into a weird shielding situation, and I definitely could. But there's another thing to be said for, like, you know, this Pokemon can't be everywhere at once, you know? Like, this guy here, this Deoxys boy, he cannot be everywhere at once. And so, the result is, he's gonna trade probably with one Pokemon. And so, the goal is to have the other two take out some of the more reputable threats. And, yeah, I think either Tropius or Clefable is kind of the name of that game. Oh, I guess we get to push this one. No, because it'll delete the team selection thing. That'll get awkward. Okay, so any sense for Magneton or Clefable again? Does that seem cool? Does that seem fun? Drifblim. I think it just does a bunch of damage to Drifblim. Drifblim doesn't do a whole lot of DPS. Drifblim just has super, super strong resistances. But I think Fairy is just neutral to most of his team. So yeah, we'll try Clefable again. Let's do the same thing. So yeah, let's do the same thing. Why not? It seems good. I think I initially undervalued Clefable when looking at the enemy team because I figured there's some pretty strong walls here for Clefable. The thing is, okay, speaking of walls, we're just going to swap in the Blastoise and see if the opponent makes a swap. Opponent did not make a swap. Okay, cool. So, that was kind of a mistake on my part, but at the same time, like, I'm not killing this Victory Bell with, like, anything. Like, I can kill it with Deoxys, sure, I have to hit it with a Psycho Boost. But it's kind of just razor leafing me down, you know? Like, all three of mine are really weak to it. So I was hoping I switch, the opponent makes an instant switch into something else, and then, they make an instant switch into something else, and then I get to I get to essentially put my Blastoise. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm super dead. Yeah, the freaking Acid Spray move. I think, honestly, I wouldn't Acid Spray there. I just kind of think that's, I don't know, it might be a mistake. Because you don't need to win more. What Acid Spray does is allows you to kind of take like a disadvantage and make it into an advantage. But it really just allows you to win like a ridiculous amount. Like, I don't know. My philosophy is, if you win the game, you win the game. You don't get credit for beating the opponent more. That's not how it works. So, yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. But yeah, anyways, basically, if I swap the Blastoise in, Oh, okay, it's definitely not a Bastiodon. Okay, just all the weird off-meta picks and stuff. I think the opponent should have used Victory Bell more. I definitely think that would have given me a harder time. But yeah, we'll just kind of die. So GG there. Yeah, I don't know if I fully articulated the Blastoise thing, but basically, swap that in. Sometimes people swap out really quickly before really seeing what it is. In Cliffhanger, that's probably a bad idea because there's just so many different types of Pokemon. You kind of want to be sure. But had I swapped the Blastoise in and they swapped the Victory Bell out, that just means I'm guaranteed my Blastoise has the best matchup for him. Like, or he avoids the worst matchup. Like, let's put it that way. He would have avoided the worst matchup. And then from there, I might have been able to, scavenge the game or something. It's tough. Yeah, so that was good. That was weird. I need to go actually just look at their team real quick again. See, so that was Lantern, Cliff, Fable, Victory Bell. So kind of just the ones that he hasn't been using. So what I probably want to do, in that case, Tropius becomes good again. And my philosophy, I know these are just kind of practice games at this point, so it doesn't super matter. But my philosophy on this is, so when you're practicing, take a bunch of risks. But when you're in a tournament play, for instance, I think the opponent would react differently if we were doing if this was another round of the tournament. Then I would say they're not going to change their entire team again. It's very unlikely an opponent will tweak their entire team and go to all different picks. So the pick that was the best against them is Tropius. And there's a low chance that they're going to swap everything out. So there's a high chance that Tropius has a good matchup, right? If we take that normal condition, we say they're going to swap one person, then Tropius is still good against the other two. All right, we're just going to swap into Blastoise because if they have a Victory Bell, they have a Victory Bell. It sucks, but... Okay, they don't. Cool. I actually might go for the Skull Bash. No. I was thinking the one stage of defense could be really nice, but I just think double Hydro Cannon is a lot more pressure. I'll get a shield from it. I think that's better in the long run. Ooh, yes. Okay, we win. And they didn't get a shield off on us, so that's good. So, trouble is there's a Drifblim, so I'm just going to have to make sure my Deoxys avoids that at all costs. Oh, this is great for us. We get a third Hydro Cannon. So, I think I'm actually really curious what the opponent might have in the background. I legitimately don't think Drifblim has a good matchup here. Yeah, so the opponent's trying to farm me down. It's kind of the right play there. They sort of needed to get that. That needed to work out for them, okay? Because there's kind of nothing else that can happen here. I'm going to throw a Tropius, throw the Air Slash, and then if it's a Bastiodon, I just instantly switch. Tropius is not useful. Yep, okay. So all Tropius does is get farmed. That's it, so, yeah. And then here, the opponent has one shield. So, proper charge move usage when you're going up against a 3-move person and you're using a 2-move is to punch once and then throw it. So, once and then throw it. It's because you're throwing the charge move on their third turn of Smackdown. If I threw it on the first turn of Smackdown, so right afterwards, then... same thing there, one and then throw it. If I threw it on the first turn of Smackdown, then there's 2 extra turns that they are required to spend, on Smackdown to do the move. The move is a 3 cooldown move, and so you have to pay 3 turns for it normally. If you fire it off and on the same turn your opponent charge moves you, then the next 2 turns you were supposed to pay for that. You're no longer paying for it. Because you're staring at their charge move animation. So all that cooldown is happening during that. It's free. So I'm gonna try and make a video about this soon. But there is a definite advantage to not, like, I would have just wasted an entire counter. Is essentially what happened there. So I'm not sure if that made sense. Write in the comments if it didn't, or if you're just stoked on that video. I'm still kind of prepping it. It's going to be sort of a definitive video on that kind of stuff, so I'm trying to do a good job as opposed to whatever this is, whatever lo-fi production quality this is. So I'll do like 1 or 2 more games. My phone's probably going to die soon, so there's a charger like 2 inches away from me that I'm going to refuse to use, So, the Blastoise still feels good. The opponent used the Drifblim and the Clefable. So Blastoise has good matchups against all 3. So I'm going to keep Blastoise, because if they swap 1, right? They swap just 1, then Blastoise is going to still be good against 2. Tropius was also good against 2, Clefable and Drifblim. And then Deoxys is just a dope show. So, yeah, team still looks good. And we'll just start with Tropius. I just really like Tropius as a lead. Couldn't tell you why. Cannot tell you why. The opponent, though, leading Bastiodon sometimes throughout these games is just really strong. I think it's just a really cool lead from the opponent. Okay. I'll just get up to a Leaf Blade and then swap in the Hydro Cannon boy. Go to town here. Oh, it's an ominous win. Blastoise is actually really tanky. A lot of people probably haven't used Blastoise just because he hasn't really been in any of the metas. But yeah, he's pretty good in like general Open Great League and stuff. Like he was kind of up at the top charts for a while when PvP first came out. People were like on the Blastoise hype train. So, and there's a reason. It's because he's good. So I feel like a Shadow Ball kills me, and that just felt like a lot of farming. So, okay, that was a very dubious shield on my part. This is probably another Ominous Wind, which doesn't kill me. So I'm going to take it. I felt like if that was a Shadow Ball there and I didn't block it, then I just die. And if it's... I don't think they're going to get to another... Like, Ominous Wind, Shadow Ball didn't seem possible. So it just felt like triple Ominous Wind, and I don't care about that. Right? Like Blastoise clearly didn't care about that. Okay, so... we toss in the Tropius, spam the Leaf Blade right when we come in. That's always fun. And then we have Deoxys for whatever's in the back. The main thing that Deoxys really gets shut down by is... and I basically just made a blind swap there because nothing is going to be a better matchup than Tropius. Nothing's going to be a better matchup than Tropius versus Lantern. So if he tosses his Lantern in the back, I'm tossing my Tropius in the back. Like, may we meet again. That's kind of where I'm at. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for the charge move. I'm just going to take it at this point, I don't care. And then do one counter, and then charge move. So 1, and then Psycho Boost. Yeah, missing bubbles. Probably going to pay for that. Yeah. Rad. Okay, cool. The opponent didn't get to another charge move. It was close, though. And then we can, just chuck this out. Psycho Boost is... if they're both neutral, you just do Psycho Boost because it's stab bonus. You just get 20% more damage, really. Alright, goodbye. So the play there actually was to throw Psycho Boost and then just immediately swap to Tropius. But it doesn't matter. Lantern's like so screwed by this. So I wasn't trying to optimize. But yeah, that would have been that would have been a good play. Just throw the Psycho Boost and switch, because don't let your opponent farm you. I'm just going to go say one more. And then we'll be good. Alright. So, last one. Do I want to go out with a bang? Do I want to use Fortress? Let's use Fortress. Let's see if Fortress can work. So, against Lantern, it is iffy. It's very iffy. Against Clefable, it's good. There's no guarantees the opponent's gonna bring Clefable. Fortress is just so bad here. Like, sometimes you can look at your opponent's lineup and think, like, is there a Pokemon they are just never going to bring? Like, is there one that's just bad, right? Like, it's just... And in this case, it's Fortress. In this case, I am plugging my phone in, so, yeah. Alright. The battery wins. GG. So... Yeah, I don't know. Fortress just seems crap against most of these guys. What I could do is swap it in, though. Fortress doesn't really die super fast to anything, so we'll try it as like a safe switch. If Fortress is going to do anything, it's because he has an energy lead, so we're going to swap it in. We are going to leverage Blastoise, because Blastoise loses the Victory Bell, and we have Fortress maybe to defend it. So we lead Blastoise, because if they lead something that loses to it, like a Bastiodon, then they're forced to swap in Victory Bell. I swap in Fortress. We pretty much automatically win the game. Okay, so Fortress is actually neutral to Medicham. And I don't really know if I want to swap in. I think I'm just going to start taking these power-up punches. I honestly can't remember if Blastoise wins. I think in the 1 shield maybe, but in the 2 shield probably not. He just gets so many more power punches than me. So, yeah, it kind of feels bad. I'm just going to start shielding all this crap. 3, 4. I'm just going to throw it off before I die. Hopefully the opponent might have been worried that I had a Hydro Cannon coming up soon, and maybe they were spamming Power Up Punch. That would be really cool. Okay, so it's a Medicham. It has energy. Who resists Medicham? That's good old Deoxys boy here. And then Fortress has to somehow kill all their Pokemon, which, I mean, to be fair, he has Earthquake. And Earthquake does a lot of damage unshielded, right? So I don't have to worry about baiting or anything. If this is an Ice Punch, it just means he's not increasing in power. So I don't really care. Yeah, Psycho Boost is going to just probably delete him. Don't miss any bubbles. Okay, cool. So, good job, Deoxys. 1 down, 2 more to go. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Now, if that's an Ice Punch, that's probably a problem. I should probably shield him. Yeah. If I'm going up against Drifblim. Okay, that was a swap out from the opponent, which is interesting, right? So rather than let Medicham die, the opponent's now switch locked, which seems like just a giant mistake, probably. Not a giant mistake, but I mean, I get Deoxys to dodge Drifblim. Like, Deoxys now has the choice to just dodge Drifblim. I have no idea if I die to Shadow Ball, but you know what? I don't care, because Deoxys doesn't have to fight this dude. It's really bad news if Deoxys is locked into this fight. Okay, cool. No energy. That's awesome. So now Deoxys can come back in, drop a Rock Slide, and then call it a day. So here's the Rock Slide. Okay, cool. So we're both looking pretty good. Do I have a shield still? I don't. All right, that's a Bastiodon. I think I just died to that. Yep, I think I just died to that. Gonna try and go for like 2 Psycho Boosts here, and it might work out. So I'm gonna do 1 punch, 2 punch. I honestly just don't think this is gonna kill him. He's just too fat. But you know, that was a good that was a good attempt from us. You know, like we tried to get there. All right, GG's. So I'm gonna end the recording here. Just like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. If you are into it, I don't really care about making money, but just if you like stuff, if you like my train of thought, sort of battle style. If you like seeing good effort a lot, then subscribe to me, because that means I lose. So that's good. And have a great rest of your day. Have a good week too. And I'll be back soon with that tutorial video on charge move rhythm timing. It's gonna be a good one.